Hey everyone, welcome to my Mobility YouTube channel. Today I am going to review the Inokim OX Super. I've been driving this machine for more than 3 months now. I'm gonna tell you what I really love about this, but also the few points I dislike. We made some video with few friends, we made long run, long distances. We are all agree of all the potential and what we love on the machine, and also a few small things we would like to get corrected by Inokim. Let's go! To start, I'm going to tell you the specification of the machine. The Inokim OX Super has a 57.6 volt battery. That's a huge battery with a 20.8 amperes. Inokim advises driving distance between 80 and 100 kilometers. Of course, that is done in perfect condition on a 60 kilo person. We will see under real condition and on a heavy weight, I mean I'm 92 kilo, how many kilometers I drove in real life. The Inokim OX has front and rear pneumatic tires. It has a mechanical disc brake in the rear and a front drum brake. The Inokim OX comes at a max speed of 25 km per hour. According to your country legislation and regulation, you can increase up to 45 km per hour. Of course, Inokim do not mention it on the user manual, but you will be able to find on internet some ways to remove the speed limit. The Inokim OX Super weighs 28 kilo. That's not a light machine, but that's not also a super heavy machine. It is still carryable for men or strong women over the different floors. The motor of the Inokim OX is located in the rear position on the right, on the rear wheel. It has 800 watts motor capacity, going up to 1300 watts max output. The handlebar is a V handlebar, you can't fold it. The only folding point of the Inokim is here, and I will show you later on how it is working. The display remains the same as the Inokim Lite. Personally, I love it, and I will tell you why later. And finally, on the suspension side, we all agree that they are really efficient, which makes the Inokim OX one of the most, or maybe the most, comfortable machine to ride on any type of terrain. I am going to start to show you how to fold it. Here you have a rubber band. You just pull down this lever, the whole stem is going down, and here just lock it into the rear part of the deck. And that way you can lift it. Like I told you, it's 28 kilo, you know, like to put it in the trunk of a car or just doing a few meters. Actually, sometimes I get up to the 3rd floor of a building. The weight is okay. The only thing I would like, and what maybe I will upgrade on my machine, is with the folding handlebar. The problem is, like, you know, even though if it's bulky, it is carryable, you know. The only problem is the wide handlebar. If you have a folding handlebar, it removes some wideness of the machine, and that makes it easier to carry into stairs. Like most of the electric scooters, the Inokim OX has also front lights. Of course, they are located on the low part of the machine, so it won't display the weight that good, but they are extremely powerful, which is perfect to be seen. On the rear, it has asymmetric rear light So it's only located to the right side, branded Inokim into the light. As we can see, wheels are only held by one side. There is no fork, and we give an incredible look of that machine. Here you can see the suspension. Like I told you before, one of the best things of the machine is the comfort. You see in that cartridge there is 4 elastomer rubber pieces. When the wheel receives some pressure, it comes to compress the 4 elastomer. So actually I am 92 kilo. When there is a very bad road condition, cobblestone, you fly over. And what I really love is that you don't come to the end of the suspension, never, even though I'm quite heavy. Moreover, I forgot to mention that I always raise the suspension in high position. I noticed that in the low position, even though for like 70 kilo people, when there is a big hole, then you will feel the end of the suspension. And I don't find that nice when you drive. So I always raise the suspension, and I advise to do that actually. Then the other thing I really love, except the comfort, is the torque of the motor coupled with the battery. As I told you, the battery is really powerful. So the controller is not designed to give you a lot of acceleration. From 0 to 20, it's quite soft, but then from 20 to 35, let's say, when you remove the speed limit, when you drive around those speeds, just you push the gas and you feel like the huge torque of the battery. Here in this video, the slope was 25 degree. Here we see the door is around 75 kilo. We started at 0 km/h on the bottom of the slope. The slope is about like 100 meters and the machine is still accelerating, even though the battery was more or less at half of the capacity. Then talking about the capacity, and that's something really incredible. Basically, with other electric scooters, you really feel a decrease of the power at 60%. You know, that's you're driving full speed from 100% to 60, and then you have a huge decrease. What is incredible with the Inokim OX is that you have more or less the same power between 100 and 50%, and 50 to 20% you feel a decrease, but it's constant. And then when you are at the last block, yes, you really go down 20 km/h max. What is very nice on the Inokim OX is the ground clearance in the high position suspension of 18 cm, which give a lot of space between you and the object. You can jump or get down a sidewalk without any problem. Get into bad road and rough road conditions. That thing actually, you know, is quite impressive. About the suspension also, what I forgot to mention, you know, we are in Antwerpen in Belgium. For the one who know the city, we have a lot of cobblestone around. When we have like small wheels or bad suspension or hard gum tires, it's terrible. I have done some tests on closed road on cobblestone. I can drive 40 km/h. Of course it's shaking, but try to drive 40 km/h with another electric scooter. It's like almost like you think you're gonna break everything, you know. This one almost flies over the cobblestone, which is really unique, and that gives a lot of sensation. Then I have almost 500 km on my OX, and you all wonder what is the real range you can drive with the OX Super. So, in summer condition, in September, when the temperature were around 20 degrees, I do basically, so I'm 92 kilo, I do basically 60 kilometers of range. I never did less than that. 30% of the time I drive 45 on private roads, and the other 30% of the time max speed 30 km/h. Then we all know that in winter condition, during the last few weeks, and that's why I was waiting to make the review, we were less than 10 degrees, and there I did up to 45 kilometers only. That's not to blame the Inokim, because the lithium-ion battery is what it is now. So just you have to know that in winter and in colder condition, less than 10 degrees, you will lose a lot of autonomy, and normally up to 30%. Then, what are the less good things on the Inokim OX are the brakes. They are good enough, they will brake, they are okay, but I would rather like hydraulic disc brake system. Even though if it's a kind of problem, I mean, I wouldn't trade my OX for something else right now, because for people who ride it or people who own an OX, there is so many other good things around that the brake, okay, that's kind of problem, we just ignore it. What I realize that we have, and most people realize that we have a premature wear of the rear pads. When I prepare a machine, I also realize that those caps, this gum cap, they could fall. So I always use, before to deliver a machine, silicone. Still really easy to remove if you want to do any operation, but then it prevents to fall. I really recommend, if your dealer didn't seal them, that you seal, because with the vibration of the road, you will probably lose them. What I like is the simplicity of the stem folding mechanism. It is really simple, but efficient. Some people do not like it, but I really do like it. When you know how to fold it properly and how to lock it properly, you don't have any problem. If you have some kind of looseness, it's because it's not locked properly. The way to do that, it's really simple. You unlock it. So you put it in the locked position, you unscrew a bit this bolt, you just make sure to press here with your finger. Then you make sure the lever is not totally down, not up, really in between. Then you press with your finger, you turn the bolt. It must be, if it's too hard like this, that's because the bolt is too tight. So you come back in that position, you untight a quarter of a turn, you try again. If it's the same, you again untight a quarter of a turn until you can lock it with ease. And then no more looseness. I can assure you that it's very, very firm. You connect your charger right here, which is really easy actually from some of the other electric scooters which are on the side, or this one is really easy. The charging time is about 10-12 hours. What I can say also on the deck, even though if it's in plastic, it has a good grip. What I really like, it is really easy to clean. On the display, like I told you, you have 3 speed level. What I love, like on the light, is the ring here. The throttle lever is coupled to this ring, which is really easy to hold between your fingers and to maintain and to keep a constant speed. Then something else also, what I really like, it's to replace the inner tube. Like I told you, it's not a fork, it's only on one side of the wheel, front and rear. You don't need to remove your wheel. Of course, you have to be gentle, do not force too much on the arm, but you can just replace your inner tube while the wheel is on the machine. I did it twice on the rear wheel actually, and that's really convenient. Okay, I think now I reviewed a bit everything. A final word, if you're still doubting about it. Yes, it's not the perfect machine, but like all the other electric scooters, they all have pros and cons. There is not yet a perfect machine, not one. Any one, I mean, if you say there is one, I would like to see it today. But it's like all of the other things, you know, like cars, like bicycles, they all have something which is not gonna suit you. But if you're still wondering, or if you still want an advice, not because I am selling those. Yes, that's an incredible machine. It's a real pleasure to drive on it. The comfort, like I said, the sensation of freedom we have. And I think we are all agreed, just there is some OX group on Facebook, or just join them, ask what they think. I don't think you're gonna have a few people telling that the machine is not extraordinary. I hope you enjoyed this review. Like I always say, and if you like our channel and like our tests, don't forget to subscribe for more tests incoming on the YouTube channel of My Mobility. That's all for this time, and I see you next time. See ya!